Hello, this is Edwin Dearborn, another edition of Caffeinated Content where we talk about those great business ideas over that's right, that hot cup of coffee. And I want to talk about what inspires you to create content. How do you find topics to talk about? And the reason why I bring this up is if you saw yesterday's edition of Caffeinated Content, I was with a guest, Jamie Rossi, very productive, very great. He's just a great guy, just very productive life insurance, financial professional guy. And after we did the video, which by the way, he's already gotten a couple leads from, okay? Within 24 hours, he's already gotten a couple of leads from the very video. So he now sees the social proof that Facebook Live is an effective means to put your message out there, talk about what you may be an expert in, or at least have some level of authority in, and actually generate interest in what you're doing. So afterwards, he asked me, he's like, I'd love to do it, but I just don't know what to talk about. Where do you come up with the ideas for the content? And so literally, I probably had, within a few minutes, we came up with 30 ideas for him to create content. And I want to share with you, I've done this before, but this is a reoccurring question that I get. This is a reoccurring problem and challenge that I run into when I tell people, hey, just go create some content. So number one is, you get a lot of questions. What are the top 20 or 30 most common questions that you get all the time? Turn each of those questions into an answer video that is about 3 to 4 minutes long, maybe 5 minutes. And just start answering people's questions. So if you're a mortgage broker, I'm sure one of the common questions you may get is, what does my credit score have to be for me to be eligible for a loan? So I would do a video on that. Hi, this is Edwin Dearborn, and one of the common questions I get is, what does my credit score have to be for you to get a loan? Well, let me answer that. So I know there's regulations in certain industries about what you can and cannot say, so just be careful that you're sharing information that isn't going to help, that isn't going to violate the law or your codes or your agreements with other businesses. So you have to be careful with that. I understand with financial professionals, there's certain things we can't talk about or promise. So with that being said, you want to concentrate on the things you can say, right? So number one is answer people's questions. What are the top 20 or 30 questions that you get asked all the time? Okay. Number two, you can bring on guests, like I did with Jamie. You can talk about what they know, what they experienced, what they're running into, how they're solving the problems in their business. And the question that I asked Jamie yesterday was, what's your favorite method of marketing? And he told everybody what his favorite method of marketing is. So, if you're a realtor, you could interview local people in your city going, what do you love about Las Vegas? And you could interview, restaurant owners, and you could interview professionals in the area and fellow homeowners. And that gives you endless content to talk about. So interviewing people is an incredible way to add a lot of original content, plus it gives you a very dynamic, unique mix of personality within the content that you're creating. Number three, you can talk about the news and give your 2 cents about it. This is referred to as newsjacking. So let's say there's some really hot topic occurring right now in the news, like, Brexit, or, the Trump collusion, or, the market crashes or something like that. And you can give your 2 cents as appropriate, depending on your brand. And thank you, Shelley. You can give your views on the news, your insights, your take on the news, and that's referred to as newsjacking. Okay? So number one, answer questions. Number two, interview other people. And number three, practice what's called newsjacking. Give your opinions, your take on the news. And then I would say another one is that as new trends develop, you want to be in the mix talking about that new trend. So let's say for me as a marketer, AI, artificial intelligence, chatbots is a really growing area within the field of marketing. So knowing that, and I'm starting to see the trend in 2019, I want to jump onto that trend and start adding, my take on it, my view on it, our results, etc. Because we are, our lead generation company, our marketing company is using chatbots now, particularly with Facebook ads, and how to increase engagement with Facebook ads via chatbots, which in short basically target certain individuals who interact with your ads and then send them messages through Facebook Messenger, which can ask them questions. It can send them to specific landing pages depending on how they answer. It can send them, on a routine basis, on a regular basis, other types of content, video content. I won't get into all of it because it can get quite technical and quite customized in terms of what you want it to do. But that's an example of me talking about chatbots because that's a growing trend within marketing. Okay, now there's a couple of ways that you can create this content, written or video. I much prefer video. I much prefer Facebook Live, and I'll tell you why. Not only do I get to reach the 5,000 people and potentially their shares within the Facebook Live system, but then afterwards I take the video and I upload it to YouTube. I optimize it for YouTube search. And then from the YouTube video, I then further share it to Twitter, LinkedIn, Reddit, Tumblr, Pinterest, and on and on and on. So I like video because I don't have to sit down and write. I get to use Facebook Live and reach my audience there, then upload it to YouTube and further distribute it. So I get a lot of traction from a very, very simple video that I've done right here in a coffee shop. No fancy lighting. I'm using the light that comes in from the window. I have a $30 tripod and I'm using my iPhone and I'm in business. And when I showed Jamie yesterday my little setup, he was like, wow, that's what I need to do. This is like so easy. And it is. You just have to have a bit of a game plan, some, lack of a better word, courage to be in front of the camera, because I know that it's daunting for a lot of people. But if you can overcome your fear, which will occur over time, by doing more and more video, and you can come up with a simple theme that you think you can gain traction on, then I think video is a great way to go. The other advantage is you can take your video on YouTube, send it to rev.com, rev.com, have it transcribed, and if you want to, you can turn that into a blog post, and then, let's say you got 50 videos, you could send that to an editor, Ron Cool, and you could have him compile a book out of all your transcriptions of your videos. So there's so many ways to use video and use this content strategy I just gave you to create boundless, endless amounts of content in multiple formats. So if you need help with that, you should reach out to me, because I love working with small business owners, entrepreneurs, factually anybody who's trying to build a brand and develop a strategy for them to use social media and content marketing as their unfair advantage to stand out and generate more business. All right, we'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.